Hi, everybody. I'm Cathy Feltz,
And I'm Jody Pear.
and today we are going to talk about inspiration, which leads to action. We're going to talk all about what is happening in our spaces and how we are combining those two things.
Yes, and that what we're showing you is where we came up with the mood board. So we've shared with you the house coaching steps so far that Cathy and I have done in each of our spaces. And those steps resulted in the creation of a mood board. So now, how do you take this mood board and turn that into reality and inspiration? That you're going to transform your space based on that. So if you subscribe to our emails, you've seen this already. And so here's just a quick glance. This is Cathy's mood board. We're going to talk about this first. And so the mood board, what did we capture here is that Cathy wants light, airy spaces. She wants the sense of an openness. She wants to be reminded of her purpose. She wants an uncluttered space and to feel connection. And these are things that she used to feel while she was working, doing her work in a coffee shop. But now through the process of adopting her home office, how can we create those things in that space? And so those are some pretty kind of airy fairy thoughts. So what do we do with that? How do we take that and take concrete steps in the space? So Cathy, do you want to tell us a couple of the two main areas that we talked about where you're ready to take some action?
Yeah, so there's two main areas that I was thinking I could start with, because you have to start someplace. So the main areas are creating a Zoom wall, so what you would see behind me. And the other thing is what I would see in front of me, which would be an inspiration wall. And those two spaces are going to be directly connected to how I want my space to feel to me. So I want, like Jody was saying, I'm very, it helps me a lot to feel a sense of connection and to have things around me that I like to look at and remind me of happy times. Things that remind me that work is about helping people overcome adversity in their spaces. And so that includes me. So for my office, what has happened is I've kind of stopped spending a lot of time in here, and I've also stopped seeing what is around me. So I really need to make changes there so that it feels good to me. And so I'm excited about coming in. So things that remind me of that. I don't know what else to add.
Well, specifically, so during our coaching session, what came up for you was that one of your most happy times was the time you spent in New York. And you were working in a group there. And what you loved so much about that was this was a time where you were working with people, overcoming adversity. Everybody was stepping into their role, their strengths, and they are coming together and persevering. And so that was, to me, those are the things that I connected with and wanted to help you bring into your space because it was such a strong memory for you. And also because you enjoyed so much working in the coffee shop environment pre-COVID, we were joking after our coaching session, and I was asking you, what else can we bring in that will help you feel like that? And you said, well, we could bring in an espresso machine. Ha ha. And I'm like, wait a minute. That we don't have to bring in an espresso machine, but we could dedicate a specific area, which you have a dresser in there that you're unhappy with the items that are on top of it right now. And so I told you to use that dresser top as a coffee bar. And it was so fun to talk about that idea. And so yeah, I think you were going to kind of run with that and just look for simple little things, you know, having a decorative tray with a pretty coffee mug and a plate of something sweet that you're going to enjoy while you're in that space, something that's going to kind of draw you in. So I loved that idea.
And I knew we were right on target when we were talking about that, because I felt excited about getting that in place. And I could really picture a nice clear top, and then having those simple things like the tray and the mug and a coffee press all there. And I would use that. And then I would be like, oh, great, I get to go in my office and have a cup of coffee and work on a project.
Yes. So
Mm-hmm.
just that, something so simple is creating inspiration and excitement, and it's creating a new habit, because you want it. We talked about only doing those things while you are working, because that is replicating a habit that you had when you had the freedom to go to that coffee shop. So it's instilling a new work habit for you in your home. So that is where the power of decorating comes in. And it's simple, it's quick, it's easy. Clear the clutter and put something beautiful and appealing there for you, and it will change the environment.
Yeah, so I'm excited to go to Goodwill and see what kind of coffee mug I could find, because I like to bargain shop, so that will be fun.
Very good, good. All right, and then my bedroom. So here is the mood board that I created after my coaching session with my mentor, Kirsten Steno. And so what did we capture here is that what I want our bedroom to feel like. I want it to feel inviting. I love white spaces, white and bright. I want a sense of spaciousness, and I want it, actually Larry and I both want it to feel like we are on vacation when we're in our bedroom. And we like soft colors. So again, kind of really airy-fairy thoughts here, but what do you do with that? This is an inspirational image that I found right here. This is from Etsy, and I found that, oh my God, like I fell in love with this image, and I'm like, why? I don't know why I love this idea, but I do. If you look at my love board for the bedroom, you'll see that I captured a few images that show the black trimmed windows that are so becoming so popular now, like with the modern farmhouse style. And I love that look. But that doesn't work for our house. We're not going to get black windows, black trimmed windows. But I think that is why this image is so appealing to me. Is it just has that just thin black crisp line. And so I'm kind of running with that and bringing that into our bedroom with, we already have a very large black framed chart of the Great Lakes that is hanging on a wall in our bedroom, and we both love that. And since I painted the ceiling and I went from a dark color to a light color, there's already that sense of spaciousness in there just from that color change. And the black metal frame on that chart pops, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's been right in front of me. Those windows that I'm longing for, it's kind of symbolized in our room already, and I didn't quite see that the way I can now. And I'm creating a new happy wall, or you got to call it a gallery wall. So I purchased several picture frames, all different sizes, and some have that black metal frame on them. Some have a silver frame, and I'm still looking for a couple others. But our gallery wall, instead of being full of happy memories, which is what it was before, I want it to be a combination of a vision wall and a happy memory wall. So in those frames, I want to have pictures from vacations that we've already taken. So a couple of just our favorite spots, but also we are both just dying to go to Europe, and we want to go to the Greek Isles, and we want to go to Sicily and some of these European towns. And so those images are going to go up on that wall, and I cannot wait to start putting that together. And then one other item that kind of, it reminds me of this inspirational image, you know, that I showed you. It reminds me of this. It's not exactly like this, but I found a bookcase that is white metal and wood, white wood. And I am going to put that in place of my nightstand. So I'm going to take my nightstand, Larry is going to get my nightstand, and I am getting this bookshelf that is going to go in place of my nightstand. And it actually mounts to the wall. It's only 12 inches deep, so it's not going to take up a lot of space, but it's going to give me height. It's, is it almost 7 feet tall? I don't remember. So, but it is on back order until the end of November. So we're not going to be able to give you a reveal until we have all of our elements in place, but that's the direction that I'm heading with our bedroom. And it's so much fun to grab a piece at a time and see it come together. And maybe you remember me mentioning that I do not like our armoire. I don't like the style of it. So the drawer fronts have this wood detail that of course takes a lot of work to keep it clean and dusting and that sort of thing. And it's not, I don't think it's very appealing. So I'm experimenting with doing, I do abstract paintings because I love combining colors together, and I just do that and make paintings and artwork. So I did some small inserts that I'm going to put, there's a tiny little recess in those drawer fronts, and I'm going to add a painting in that and cover up the wood detail that I don't like. And I have no idea how that's going to look, but that's where my thought is. I'm going to try it. And I'm also going to change the hardware, the drawer pulls on some of the drawers. And I love the old fashioned, you know, the clear, they look like diamonds, you know, the old glass door handles. Do you know what I'm talking about, Cathy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they have drawer pulls that look like that. And so I'm going to order some of those, and there's going to be a mix of the original hardware and then some of these new ones on there. And I will show you if it turns out well. If it doesn't, then it may stay just the way it is. And nobody gets to see it. But
well, I was going to say, Jody, show us either way.
yeah.
So sometimes things don't work out, and that's okay.
Well, that's true.
We can talk about why it doesn't work.
That's
just
yes,
thought. Yeah.
Yes, I am just because our furniture is a dark wood, you know, our room has felt so masculine to me that I'm like, I am just craving feminine elements in our space. And so I want, like, I love the mother of pearl finish. I love just a little bit of bling and sparkle. And so I'm trying to bring that in, but, you know, in a respectful way, so it doesn't become, you know, a little boutique that is very,
right.
Oh gosh. And then I'm also over our bed, I am working on 2 abstract paintings, and I'm doing 2 to symbolize a couple. And that's the art of decorating with intention. When you look at things as symbolism, I mean, maybe visually 3 would look better, but symbolizing a couple is more important to me than that visual appeal. So I am going to do 2 paintings that hang above our headboard, just in colors, the color combinations that we like. So it's not really something that grabs your eye. It just becomes almost like a texture soft colors that we're adding to the wall. So lots of little things happening, but it's going to take time before we get these things done.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. So next time, it's going to be a bit before we're able to share the reveal with you. So we may continue to do a check-in and just let you know little things that we're working on. But we're going to kind of stop the focus of our spaces for now until we have a reveal to share. And next week we'll be sharing some of the, we're going to get back to the simple abundance that we love so much and share some inspiration with you, and just get back to focusing on what you can do in your home and how you can change your perspective and create a home that you love to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else, Cathy? What can you think of?
No, I mean, I like that we're really showing that in order to have your space work and to make those changes, it sometimes takes a bit of time. And so we're kind of showing that there's a little bit of patience that has to go into this. And we're also building the suspense.
Keep them on the edge of their seat.
Yeah, it does take a little bit of time. And in the past, sometimes I've thrown things together and then it hasn't, because I wanted it done, and then it hasn't come together exactly the best way possible. So I think that this is great, that we're really showing that it does take some time, and you have to have some patience, and it will be worth it in the end.
This is real life and not HGTV.
Right. We don't have a team of 27 people working behind the scenes, just us.
Yes, that's right. All right. Well, it's great to see you, Cathy, and thanks for watching, everybody. And we will see you again next week.
Yeah, good to see you too, Jody. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.